Hey guys, it's Norm from Tested. I'm here at E3 2012. I'm here with Peter Orullian, who's the product manager for Xbox SmartGlass. It's a pretty fancy name for pretty fancy technology. Tell me about it.
Xbox SmartGlass is a technology we're deploying across all your smart devices. What it does is it takes and understands what's going on your TV through your console, and then will push information to you about that. So what we're finding is that increasingly people are second screening in the home. Sometimes they're doing unrelated things like email, but they're increasingly doing things that are related, whether it's IMDb information, trying to find out cheats or strategy for a game they're playing.
Right.
We said there's so many companion apps that people are having to boot in order to do different things. What if we could say to a consumer, you only need one companion app, and we'll call it Xbox SmartGlass. Mm-hmm. That technology, that platform is something we're now pushing out to content creators and saying, go ahead and develop really great interaction and rich and robust information around your content, and we'll just surface it dynamically to people through Xbox SmartGlass.
So let me get this straight. So I'm in my living room, I'm using the Xbox, for example, HBO Go or MLB, right? I'm watching a game or Game of Thrones on TV, and typically I have my smartphone out or a tablet or laptop, like you said, IMDb or browsing the web, finding contextual things. Oh, who's that actor? What's that player's stats? And pulling it on my device. But with SmartGlass, which is an app, the console will push that information to the device.
That's right.
So what type of information are you going to get?
Well, it's going to be up to the content creator. There'll be a lot of level things across all content. Like you'll be able to control the media, play, pause, resume, that kind of thing. We'll be able to push it to your console. Like if you have a slate, you'll be able to watch it here and move it up to your console and pull it back, those kinds of things.
That's something that's already kind of in like the Windows 8 release preview and the Xbox app. You can launch a game or play a video, but that's more from device to TV, not from TV to the device.
Well, so, with Xbox SmartGlass, it's going to fuel the ability for you to be watching it, show you bought on your console and pull it down, and get on the go. So, and we like that. And we kind of see that as a system-wide. These richer activities are really going to be things that content creators go and develop against particular properties. So Game of Thrones with HBO, we have some proof of concepts in which we've shown those. Paramount, same thing. And on the game side, we actually have shipping product this holiday where some of the studios have integrated SmartGlass. An example is we have a game called Ascend New Gods. And there's an activity for that is called the Ascend Oracle. And it gives you all of the information, like if you go into a dungeon. They're in the game, they're shrouded in fogs of war. But the SmartGlass app shows you, hey, here's the entire dungeon. You can navigate quickly, you know where the treasure is. It gives you a bit of an advantage. There's also an activity there where you see a boss. Before he comes in, you get a dossier that says, here's his statistics. You think you can get him, go ahead and engage, but it gives you the ability to make a decision, like maybe I need to get away because he's too tough.
And maybe that's something that not even the gamer is doing. For example, if I'm holding the controller and my buddy is watching me play the game, he could be holding a tablet and feeding me that information, and it's a more experience.
He absolutely could. Or it could be sitting on your coffee table, and you could just be doing this and glance down to get the information because SmartGlass is going to push it to you. You don't have to go and stop and find it.
So it's on the content creator side, whether it's the game developer or HBO or MLB, to decide what SmartGlass is going to push.
That's right.
And this is all based on Xbox 360 apps. So for something like YouTube, if I'm watching YouTube video, what would be is that on Google's? Google has to decide what to push on SmartGlass?
The technology we're going to make available to all of our partners, and how they are able to deploy it, will be kind of up to them. Our expectation is that they're going to get very, very creative. And of course, we have our own first-party things like the game I just mentioned, where they're definitely going to go and do as much as they can.
Right. And also, this will be an app not just for Microsoft products. So, whether I'm using an iPad, iOS device, Android device, you imagine that'll be an app that you can download.
Our intention is to put that everywhere. So we already have an app on iOS. Mm-hmm. So our strategy is that we'd like all consumers everywhere with all smart devices to get this.
Now on Windows 8, because I'm excited for Windows 8. I have Windows 8 Slate, right? Is that a separate app I would have to launch and then through the SmartGlass app push video or control HBO Go? Or is that something that's going to be native within Windows 8?
Xbox SmartGlass will be an app on Windows 8.
Okay, it's an app. Okay.
Yeah. So what you're looking at here is Xbox SmartGlass on Windows Phone. This is SmartGlass on the tablet. And you can see it's aware that I'm watching a show up here. Right. It knows what the show is. And then there's also, of course, other things I can do. So here's some other activities. So now imagine I instead, right now, I want to watch something from Paramount. So I hit Paramount. This defaults now to an input device. I can use gesture and tap in order to control what's happening here. Now my slate here showing you SmartGlass, you've got Paramount running, and Paramount's not going to come up on the console, on the TV. So as that comes up, I say, okay, well, let's go ahead and watch School of Rock. So I will launch School of Rock. Now watch the slate device is going to update and say, I know that you've just launched School of Rock, so we'll pull that information into the slate. Now imagine I wanted to kind of get into some of the activities. So I tap in, there's School of Rock. I have controls here. I could pause, I could fast forward, and all of those things you might expect. But then we get into these activities. So now imagine I want to know, like, who's on screen. And that's not necessarily who I'm viewing at the moment, so like who's in the scene. And the algorithm will kind of work and bring those people into focus.
And that's up to Paramount to script that out and
it's metadata.
For each movie. Okay.
It's metadata. So here's Jack Black, and there's, well, what else has he been in? And I could use that to jump to those films. Here's some funny quotes from a funny man. And then scenes. So this isn't just chapter forward, this is all of the stuff that Jack Black has done in the show. So I could say, well, you know, I've seen the show a couple times. What I really want to do is watch a couple of the really funny scenes, and it'll immediately jump there. Now, imagine that I wanted to go back, or that, you know, I had started here. What I could do is I can go back to my SmartGlass home screen here, and I could say, yeah, let's go ahead and watch Game of Thrones. So same thing happens. This becomes an input so that I can use gesture and tap in order to navigate. It says, oh, I know you launched HBO Go because you want to go in and you want to see The North Remembers.
And these are two separate apps on the Xbox 360, the HBO Go app and the Paramount app.
Yeah.
And from one from one separate phone or tablet app, SmartGlass, you're launching different apps on Xbox.
That's right.
Very cool.
And so this comes up. I'll use gesture to go in and start this. So I'll start the episode. This is going to update and say, okay, I see that you're about to watch the North Remembers. I'll tap in, and I have, again, the same controls, fast forward, rewind. But one of the interesting things here is this interactive map. This really helps illustrate the power of Xbox SmartGlass, because what this does is this map is available on the internet everywhere.
Right. It's a part of an HBO Go app, for example, for iOS, but you're watching that as a part of the frame on one window.
Right.
And now it's split between two windows.
And now what we've got is, this isn't something that I have to navigate. I can start this running, and as the show is actually appearing here on the TV, this map is going to dynamically update to show me location changes. So Westeros is a very rich world. It's 7 kingdoms, I believe. This is going to show me, as it's moving location where I'm at. And that principle underlies a lot of what can be done on the content creator side to synchronize and to push information to a consumer rather than them being distracted by having to do different things, which they're doing anyway. But what we're doing is trying to make it simpler, more effortless for them.
It's good for a second viewing, for example, director's commentary.
Absolutely.
That kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And how is this all being connected? Is it all over local Wi-Fi? Is it pushed to Microsoft servers and then back
from the cloud? Although it can default to local Wi-Fi if that's quicker.
All right. Very cool. And then tablets, laptops, PC even. So even if I'm in my living room watching Game of Thrones, someone else in my house on the PC could be following along theoretically.
Yeah, they could.
SmartGlass. And so SmartGlass, you guys have the API out to developers now, and then tools?
We've started to deploy that out. We still have work to do to get it out to everybody because we've just announced it. But that's part of our next sort of chapter in this. Is now that it's out, we've got some partners who built some proof of concept for us. Over the next few months, we'll be very assertive in getting this information and this platform out to our partners.
And as you encourage developers to create apps for Xbox 360, getting people to stay on that dashboard, you're going to try to push SmartGlass out to them as well.
Yeah, I think we'll want SmartGlass to be something that just is part of every overture we make to partners existing and new.
All right, very cool. Thank you so much, Peter.
Yeah, you bet.
So that's Xbox SmartGlass coming later this year. Holiday this year, hopefully with release of Windows 8. We'll have more from E3 2012. I'm Norm Contested. See you guys next time.